tuning in to catch my drift here at Wham Talk 1600 and call in 734-822-1600 if you got any comments to talk about Trump, Hillary, or anything else that crosses your mind election-wise this election season. So I want to talk a little bit about Trump and Ford. Now, Ford has announced that they're going to be moving small car production to Mexico. And, of course, you'll get a few people who want to defend that and say, well, they're bringing some production back from Mexico to Detroit. I don't know that that's true. I haven't seen it. If that's what Ford is saying, that's great. Hopefully that is a fact. What they're doing when they defend this is that Ford, of course, is going to take the guys where the small cars are made, and I think that's the Wayne Assembly right now, are going to put more truck production in there, so nobody's going to lose their job, and they're calling it a net zero job loss. It's no big deal. For me, though, the way I look at it is, if you're putting production in Mexico for small cars, then you have lost jobs here. And that's the way I'm looking at it. If you could have kept the small car production here and brought back truck production or new truck production or new vehicle production, then you still have more jobs here for Americans. I know, don't say, Gary, Ford is a global company. You have to do, yes, I know, Ford's roots go back to even Germany. There were times when people said Henry Ford was a Nazi sympathizer because he was building plants in Germany back in the 40s. Well, let it be said, I know Ford is a global company, but at what point do you not want to have a little nationalism within your company? You know what I mean? There are German companies that really go to extremes to help German companies. There are Japanese companies that go to extremes to help Japanese countries. Why doesn't American companies, why don't they want to put Americans to work? I mean, we've all seen the loss in wages and the drop in wages and the freeze in wages. There's no way that we're not competitive anymore, other than the fact that our corporate tax structure is terrible. We're the highest corporate tax rate in the world. But there's got to be something done to make companies, or make it more lucrative for American companies to build here. People are working for $15 an hour here. They're not making the $25, $30, $40 an hour they were in the 70s. Those costs have dramatically dropped, and the unions have allowed that to drop. And why the union is not making a bigger stink about Ford moving this production to Mexico is beyond me. It's just horrendous, if you ask me. And Hillary, this is going to be part of your big TPP process that's going on, too. We've seen Hillary, first she said she was for TPP. Now she's saying she's against TPP. Well, listen to me. And listen to me now and hear me later. What you will see is Hillary say before the election, I'm against TPP. And then after the election, she's going to go ahead and sign it. Trust me on this. Derek, you got track one ready? All right, this is Hillary, and Donald Trump stung her on this at the debate last week. Whether you want to say he won or lost, he stung her on this one. Hillary Clinton said she wasn't for TPP. Listen to her here.
So it's fair to say that our economies are entwined, and we need to keep upping our game, both bilaterally and with partners across the region through agreements like the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP. Australia is a critical partner. This TPP sets the gold standard in trade agreements to open, free, transparent, fair trade.
All right, so there you go. Gold standard. Trust me on this. Hillary has lied to you about everything. We see it every day. She lies about her emails. She lies about her servers. She lies about classified information. She lies about supporting women when she doesn't because of her husband Bill's indiscretions with women. This woman is a pathological liar. And so if you believe that she's going to be against TP, you are out of your mind. In our own congressional race here in the 7th District, Tim Walberg is running against Gretchen Driscoll. And Gretchen Driscoll is saying Tim was for TPP. Well, he was originally for the TPA, which was the authorization. He is now definitely saying he's not for the TPP. And Gretchen Driscoll is jumping on that bandwagon saying, oh, no, I'm against TPP. And Tim is the guy that's going to sign it. Let me tell you something. If Nancy Pelosi is in charge of Congress, she's going to do whatever she wants, and Gretchen Driscoll will fall in line because she's a Democrat. That's what Democrats do. And I can tell that if you're a Republican, Paul Ryan, and you support TPP, you are on the wrong side of American jobs. Common sense will tell you that if you're putting something into that legislation that says we're going to retrain workers who lose their jobs, why would you pass something like that? Free trade. This is common sense, folks. When you have the highest standard of living in the world, when you have the highest wages in the world, you will never win with a free trade agreement. Never. That's just nonsense to even think that. And so we should not be doing these blanket international trade pacts to try and get more and more trade flowing out. Do it on an individual basis. We've decimated entire industries in this country because of NAFTA. We've decimated entire industries in this country because of other Pacific trade agreements. You can't keep offshoring your jobs because let's listen. First, they said, we're going to take our manufacturing jobs and shoot them overseas. We'll retrain those workers. We'll retrain them. We'll get them IT jobs. We'll get them into technology and high-tech jobs. That's great. What are they doing to you now with the H-1B visas? They're now bringing in people from overseas to take your tech jobs. Well, what are we supposed to do as Americans for work? Low-skilled jobs? Well, guess who's taking all our low-skilled, low-paying jobs? Illegal immigrants, refugees, legal immigrants. What is left for Americans to do for work if you're going to take every job available to us and either offshore it or bring in an immigrant to take our low-paying jobs now? And robots? How soon before you go into your McDonald's and there's no one there? Just a kiosk and a robot making your hamburger patty. That's coming, folks. It's all coming. You need to keep your manufacturing jobs here. And if you have to put some regulations in place to do that, then I guess you have to. I'm not a free trade guy, I guess, if that's what you want to call me. Gary, that's not free trade. Well, you're right. I'm not a free trade advocate. I'm a smart trade advocate. You do something, and that makes me a nationalist, then I'm a nationalist. Okay, so call in 734-822-1600. Let me know if you've got some opinions on this Ford deal. Let me know if you did go to the Trump and Paul. We lost you earlier. I'm sorry. But you can't allow these manufacturing jobs to go away. I'm just angry right now. Derek, you can look at me. I'm red as hell, aren't I? All right, so let's move on. We're going to talk a little bit about Mr. Comey. How much time we got, Derek? Do we have time to get into this? 2 minutes. Probably not enough. That's a long one. We're going to talk about James Comey, FBI director, who came on the Capitol Hill to be grilled by Goodlatte and Trey Gowdy and got stung. He looked absolutely terrible. And this is what's making people think that the FBI, which used to be the finest law enforcement agency on the planet, is no longer the finest law enforcement on the planet. And that's a disgrace. Each and every one of us should be angry about that. At what point do you hide stuff for Hillary to make us look so absolutely bad and bought and corrupt? And Mr. Comey, and I tweet his stuff out all the time. If you're not on Twitter, you need to get on Twitter. If you're not on Facebook, make sure you get on. These are important venues for you to use, but make sure you're getting onto Facebook and social media and repeating this stuff, because this is what's going to win this election for Donald Trump. And we'll talk a little bit about Never Trumpers after the break as well. Do we got time to take this call? Line 1, Derek? Steve, line 1. Go ahead, Steve.
Hi. I attended the rally yesterday. It's something I know that venue, and when I saw the cars in the lot, I didn't think I was going to be able to get in. They have auxiliary lots that I've never seen that they were half full when I got back there, but it was a super time. The place was electric. He covered all the bases. I thought he hit a home run. He gave a speech at least 35, 40 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome, Steve. All right,
as
Steve.
The previous caller said, there are veterans there.
Right.
I'm one of those union people.
Yep. Steve, let me pick you up after the break. Hang on. All right, we'll see you on the other side.
People are always on the move, driving to work, hauling the kids to practice. How do they keep up to date? They listen to Wham Talk 1600 just like you. If you're a business owner, your message can reach these people wherever their travels take them. People tune to Wham Radio for intelligent conversation with hosts like Joe Pags, Glenn Beck, Tyrone X, and Dana Lesh. And they'll stay tuned for your message as well. Call 734-971-1600 today and advertise your business on Wham Talk 1600 and whamradio.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Hillary Clinton appears to have gotten a bump in the presidential debate, polling 5 points ahead of Donald Trump in a one-on-one matchup.
A new Fox News poll out yesterday reveals that Trump has a big lead with men, 17 points above Clinton, but Clinton has a commanding lead with female voters. So as the Republican nominee tries to get more women behind him, he's rolling out a new ad starring his daughter, Ivanka.
Fox's Peter Ducey. NTSB investigators say they're waiting for blood and urine tests on the engineer in a deadly commuter train crash, which killed one, hurt more than 100 people in Hoboken, New Jersey. They're also trying to get their hands on the recorder, which was in the first and most damaged car of the crash.
Now, the other data recorder was recovered, but the NTSB still has not been able to download the information off the box.
Fox News' Laura Ingle. Fox News. We report. You decide.
This is Mark with Ashelman Equipment. Need help with your property maintenance? Ashelman Equipment has LS tractor loaders ready to go. Power steering and hydro transmissions make driving fun and easy for the whole family. Want to stay out of the weather? Cab tractors with heat and AC in stock. Buckets, forks, snow blades are changed with just a pull of a lever. LS Tractor is the highest quality tractor in the U.S. and #1 in customer satisfaction, awarded by EDA for 2015 and again in 2016. Highest quality, more features standard, 5-year warranty, free loader, and 1.59% financing qualifying. Ashelman Equipment in Whitmore Lake is at exit 50 on US 23, just north of Ann Arbor. Call 734-994-6000. That's 734-994-6000.
A bulging, herniated, or degenerative disc can have serious side effects. You've tried traditional medical and chiropractic care, and your back, neck, arm, or sciatic problem is only getting worse. Unfortunately, spinal surgery is likely to be in your future unless you get help. The Restorative Wellness Center uses a non-surgical method to restore disc health and spine-related problems. Their one-of-a-kind disc facility is designed for the treatment of serious disc problems. No shots, no drugs, no spinal injections, and no surgery. Those treatments at best may only provide temporary relief and can be very dangerous. The problem is that they don't create healthier discs. It's that simple. The Restorative Wellness Center's NDS method can and does allow discs to heal and restore. This breaks the pain cycle and can prevent the need for surgery. Call for your evaluation today, 734-661-2390. That's 661-2390 or AnnArborBackPain.com.
You're listening to The Drift on Wham Talk 1600. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, back to your host, Gary Wellings.
And thank you for tuning in to catch My Drift here at Wham Talk 1600. And later today at rednationrising.us. Check it out. You can catch it on podcast Saturday and Sunday evenings if you miss it live here at Wham Talk 1600. Take care of a little business. If you're looking to shop locally, you should also bank locally. First National Bank of Howell, www.fnbh.com is a great bank. You can use them, reach them at 517-546-3150. And you can also go to their Whitmore Lake branch, 734-449-7242. That's First National Bank. Great bank to use. Bank locally. It's helpful and it keeps money in your community. So use them up. 734-449-7243. That's First National Bank, www.fnbh.com. All right, we're talking to Steve. Do we still have him on the line? Steve, are you still there?
Yes, I am. I just want to reiterate what I saw. Everybody was there. It was everybody from people in suits to motorcycle guys. They had an area cordoned off for, like, disabled elderly people. That was totally full. People stood for hours. Like I said, I got there at 3, and it was very electric. There was lots of loud and long cheering. One thing that did surprise me, it was the many young people I saw there. That did surprise